radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. It's Thursday. It is Fader Night. Today is Thursday, June 16th, 2022. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and UnX Networks. Race Hobbs. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? It's Thursday night. It is Fader Night. Yeah, now I'm going to test everybody here. I'm going to test you. Because tonight we're going back to our old phone numbers. Still have them, by the way. So we have two call-in numbers for tonight, 818-921-6929 or 818-323-275-9695. And I think I've got a little ticker. There we go. Got a little ticker going around. This is to remind all of you, well, those that are here on YouTube right now, that are watching on YouTube. So if you are listening without video, those numbers again, write this down, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. I didn't have time to go back and get things set up with the old phone number and the old phone system. So, which means tonight I'm on the old phone system, and I'm going to be clicking, and I've got it over here on another computer. It's not the same thing, and I've got to look through. Should I bring this over here? Yeah, maybe I should. Man, I got to get all this figured out. So if I bring this over to here, then I can see over there. Yeah. So we're going to get all of that worked out. Again, those are the numbers for tonight. I posted them up. I didn't pop them in Twitter yet. Maybe I should. I'll do it during the break. And I'll keep everybody alive. Okay, so again, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. And it's weird. I remember those numbers. Do you remember? Okay. Do you remember your phone number? Well, it depends on how old you are. Okay. Let's say you're my age. Do you remember your phone number from at your parents' house in high school growing up? Do you remember that? I can actually say this live on the air because it doesn't apply today. I don't think it does. You know what I do remember? I remember our phone number in Panama. I do. It was 823626. That's right. A 6-digit number. That's because nobody lived in Panama. Not that many phones. But 823626. I remember that number. It's crazy. I don't remember the number from high school, though, in the United States, in Indianapolis. That one escapes me. Yeah. There's a couple of other phone numbers that are plugged into my head that I'm not going to say now. But yeah, right? And these two numbers, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. I said it so many times on the air over the years, I remember those numbers. I do. And there you go. So that's it. Those are the numbers that you call for tonight. Okay. Now, tomorrow, I'm off. Saturday, I will be downtown here in LA, Los Angeles, for Disclosure Fest. And I can't wait to hang out with all of you. It's going to be a great day. Very excited after taking almost 2 years off from this. We did a live stream of Disclosure Fest in the middle there. I was talking to Adrian about that the other day, which was on my birthday, oddly enough. Well, anyway, but we're back. We are live downtown at the Los Angeles State Historic Park this Saturday, June 18th. It's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, 16 stages, 30 bands. You've just got to come, presenters, speakers, instruction, yoga, art, entertainment, food trucks, vegan. This is a vegan event, but I get all the chocolate that I can drink and coffee. So I'll be snappy all day long. But there you go. And this is the last time that I am going to announce this before Saturday. So please go to disclosurefest.org for tickets and information. And I look forward to hanging out with all of you. I will be very visible. Come on up and say hello. Okay? All right. All righty. That's that. Man, I'm going to be up bright and early on Saturday, man. Woo. Woo. That's a long day. I'll tell you what, so that's 12 hours, right? That's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So I have to be on my game at 10 a.m. I have to be up early. I got to get down there and do my thing. So then that's 12. Now we're talking 14, 15 hours just to get to the end of the event. And at 10 p.m., as this thing winds down, this is me. I'll be sitting in a chair somewhere. Somebody just drive me to my car. I'm parked 5 miles over there behind the main stage. And it's going to be like that. Oh, man, I can't wait. Disclosure Fest is this weekend. All of the information for everything that we do here, that is sponsors, events, the website, memberships, podcasts, everything you need is in the description box below. It's over on social media. It's over on our website. Please visit all of our sponsors. Become an official Fadernight today. Do all of that stuff. Get involved. The podcast, $2 per month. I've been charging $2 per month for 8 years. Do we raise prices? That's the question. Do I kick it up to like $3? Inflation. So there you go. All right. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Follow me on Twitter right there. The sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. Let's see, P.S. That looks like me when I'm talking to Jimmy. Is that right? Is that which one is that? Who are you replying to? Sarah Ann. Oh. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. All right. Yeah. Tonight's Fader Nights, Thursday night, Fader Night, all night long. And I want to say hello to everybody listening all around the world. Wherever you are, welcome. This is my favorite night of the week. Let's get to the breaking news. This is incredible. I'm going to talk more about this in just a minute. An Arizona man died after a phone and internet outage prevented his neighbors from calling 911 or anyone else. to help him with a medical emergency. St. John's police says that a 74-year-old man died on his way to the hospital after a pair of bystanders managed to flag down a passing ambulance in their town. Police said that criminal activity involving equipment belonging to Frontier Communications, which provides phone and internet service, caused the 2-day outage. It is the first time the police have directly linked a death to communication service outages. Also during the outage, a young girl was accidentally impaled herself on a curtain rod, and her mother was unable to contact anyone for help. The outage occurred on Saturday and left hundreds of thousands without power until 3 p.m. on Monday, when service was restored. It's incredible. That's the world that we live in today. We depend on the internet. An open letter. All right. Elon Musk, 2 stories today. An open letter to SpaceX decrying CEO Elon Musk's recent behavior has sparked open discussion among the company's employees in an internal chat system. Employees are being encouraged to sign onto the letter's suggestions, either publicly or anonymously, with a signed version of the letter to be delivered to the desk of SpaceX President Gwynne Shotwell. The letter describes how Musk's actions and the recent allegations of sexual harassment against him are negatively affecting SpaceX's reputation. The document claims that employees across the spectra of gender, ethnicity, seniority, and technical roles have collaborated on writing the letter. It's not known which SpaceX employees wrote the letter. The employees who posted the letter in the eternal chat system have not responded to requests for comment. Shared yesterday in an internal SpaceX Microsoft Teams channel with more than 2,600 employees, the letter argues that the company is not living up to its oft-stated, and I quote here, no asshole policy. That's right. And it's zero tolerance sexual harassment policy. Absolutely incredible. And then, yes, we know Elon Musk has a company. It is called SpaceX. It goes to space. But he says now that he hasn't yet seen evidence that there's alien life out there. Elon had a town hall meeting with the staff of Twitter today. He did this to discuss his impending buyout of the company, and he also touched on the possibility of life outside of Earth. Musk told Twitter employees how the mission of SpaceX is to, and I quote, to make life multiplanetary, and that it will improve the problem lifespan of consciousness. And he says that, yes, we can travel to other star systems and see if there are alien civilizations. And he said, yes, all of this is going to go down. But there could also be, and I quote, long dead ones out there too, end quote. Wow. Let's get this show cracking. On this day in history, OTD, 1884. The first roller coaster in America, the Cyclone, opens at Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York. You know, I think, roller coasters, and I've been to many amusement parks like we all have, and some stand out. But still to this day, there's one for me. The Beast. The Beast. Kings Island, Ohio. The Beast. Man. Oh, man. I remember my first time riding the Beast. It just opened, and I'm there with my family, and I think like 2 or 3 families, and we all went from Indianapolis there. And I'm with my mom, Sharon. Wonder if she's listening right now. And my stepmom. And I talk her into, she was cool, But I talk her into it. I said, let's sit in the front seats. And she goes, how can we do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how old I was. I don't know. I don't know how. I must have been like 14. But I said, Mom, I got this. So I go to, and the people at Kings Island wore these pith helmets. Anyway, so I go up. I said, hey, man, me and my mom, we need to sit in the front seat. And he kind of looks at her and he looks at me and he goes, okay, all right, stand to the side. And he stands us to the side. They shoot off a coaster. The next one comes in and he puts us in the front seat. And now I went from cool to scared. I was like, man, the reputation of the beast, right? It goes 200 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, whatever. But the fastest longest wooden roller coaster in the world. You know, there's all this hype. And I got scared. I did. We rode that sucker like 8 times that day. Had so much fun. The Beast. I wonder how many of you out there have ridden the Beast. Kings Island, Ohio. All right. Fader fact. There was a princess. Her name was Susanna Caroline Matilda. Princess Susanna Caroline Matilda. Look her up. All right. Well, she wasn't a princess. She was a convicted thief who escaped to America in 1770. And she lived like a queen after she convinced everyone she was royalty. Why? There was no internet. I'm just saying. And that is your Fader fact. The call-in number tonight, there are 2. The old ones, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. All right. Maybe we'll have the new number back next week, but I'm working all weekend. I have no idea if I'm going to have the time to get it done. I'll try. And, you know, I just kind of bailed out this week. It's like, man, I've got this going on. I've got this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And the phone system just got pushed back. I went, hey, wait a minute. We got the old phone system I'm still paying for. Those phone numbers that I haven't used in like 2 or 3 years. Paying for that. I wonder if it still works. It does. So anyway, we're going to go back and use that tonight. And we'll see what's happening. Okay? All right. All right. Now it's time for me to hit this River Moon coffee. Man, I'm in a great mood. That's why. BrainPEAK 9. Man, that is some good stuff. River Moon Coffee, rivermoonwellness.com, Fade to Black blend. You know what I was going to do earlier today? I've got other stuff I want to talk about. But do I go here? I want to talk food for just a second. Are you guys air frying? I want. Are you guys air frying? Who out there are air fryers? Okay. All right. I'm going to circle back to that. There's a reason for that. Are you guys air frying? I am, by the way. Okay. All right. We're going to come back to that. Rivermoonwellness.com, because today I was air frying. And while I was air frying, I had to refill one of my coffee bins with Fade to Black blend because the coffee bin, my grinder was empty. And I was like, okay, got to keep the Fade to Black blend going. And I thought to myself, people need to see this bag. This bag looks so good. The Fade to Black coffee, the bag, right? And I forgot to bring it in the studio because of the air frying. Okay. All right. Rivermoonwellness.com. The links are right below. They're over at jimmychurchradio.com. Best coffee in the world. What would happen if we lose the internet? Like, as in, it all goes down at once. We've got a few cables in the ocean run from Europe back to the United States. We got a couple in the Pacific Ocean run across, right? Okay. Now, there's that part. Okay. So there's that. But many things could bring down the internet. An EMP would do it, right? Okay. There's that. Not only the internet, but your car would go down and everything else electronic in your world wouldn't work. Electrical plants would be shut down. Everything with metal in it gets neutralized. Pretty much that would suck. But entropy could take over the complex system that we've kludged together. And you never know. But if it ever goes down, you know what happens. And think about it for a second, because, and I know that I've talked about this many times before, but this is a very, very, very serious subject. And when we look at the complexity of the banking system and NASDAQ and money exchanges and everything else, the banking system, where it's just software on software on software on software and Band-Aids and things. I mean, it's rubber bands and paper clips that have kept this system running. Nobody knows anything. It's gotten too complex. This is entropy just working itself. It's just waiting. Starts out simple. You move into a house. Your kids have a nice clean bedroom that first day. Look at that bedroom a couple of years later. That's entropy taking over. Okay? Now, there's that issue. And if it ever goes down, satellite communications, right? Cell phones. I mean, this is just Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid. And now everything depends on it. Because before 1995, well, really, it's more like the year 2000, which was just 22 short years ago. 22 short years ago. We didn't depend on the net. I mean, back then we still had record stores. In fact, we still had stores, right? And should we do online? Should we sell our products online? I don't know. Do we have a website? What's that? Well, it's this thing. That was the year 2000, right? And in this very short period of time, 2 decades, 20 years, every single thing in our daily lives absolutely depends on the internet. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Today, nothing is excluded. Absolutely zero. Everything depends on the internet. The list. How long is the list of everything? Think about it. Banking, of course. Food, all of it. Talk about food. I'm talking about growing food. Farms, distribution networks, supermarkets, right? Let alone fast food. How about communications? All of it. Every form of communication today. The infrastructure. Your water is connected to the internet. Your electricity connected to the internet. The light systems that control traffic in your town, the internet. All infrastructure, every last piece of it, the dams, the hydroelectric plants, the nuclear plant, everything connected to the internet. Travel, airplanes, all of it connected to the internet. All forms of transportation, the cruise industry, right? Freighters, ships, oil, imports, exports, the trucking industry, your cars, everything, the internet. the military. The military. Everything on this planet is connected. Absolutely everything. So, what would happen? Well, the short answer is we'd be right back into the Stone Age in a matter of weeks. Not days. It's going to take more than a few days for the food to run out. for people to start running out of gas to heat their homes, or the electricity to cool their homes, and the battery power and everything else, right? All of that. But yeah, in a month or two, it's over. Stone Age. We won't be able to turn back time to the year 2000. Well, Jimmy, we're still okay. No. That setup is gone. We don't have stores left. We don't have shopping centers left. It all closed down with the internet. There's no turning back. There's no disconnecting from the internet, and everything is going to what? People are going to whip out pens and paper and scheduling and invoices, get on the radio and talk to the truckers out there. No, that's all gone. There's no way to replace that stuff without what? The internet to order it. It's all gone. It's all over. So what would happen? It's a crazy thought. I mean, if an EMP, entropy, some crazy terrorist in a submarine starts cutting undersea cables, blowing up server farms in the United States, if that happened, it's over. It's over. And not just for the United States, it's the entire planet. You know, and so who survives? Who survives? Well, somebody self-sufficient up in the mountains with solar power and completely off of the grid. Yeah, until they're overrun by rioting mobs. But yeah, that's it. The cities, whew, it's a crazy thought. So think about that. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I'm not here to poo-poo on anything. I don't want to bum people out. All I'm saying is we got to be ready, man. We got to be prepared. And it's not survival food. No, that's not what I'm talking about. We got to protect our infrastructure. We've got to figure out a way to make sure that if anything goes down, we're okay, because now we're all connected. I want to be able to use my smart razor, my smart electric razor, my smart toothbrush. I can't have that disconnected from the internet. Can't do it. Not going to do it. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 2 numbers tonight. 818-921-6929, 323-275-9695. I'm going to figure out this phone thing. Yeah, because I'm connected to the internet. I'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com. Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UnX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Manson. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Fader Night, open lines all night long. And, the phone system's working, and I'm going to see and navigate my way through this. Man, I got to do this now. Oh, I got to reach. Oh, man. I should have planned for this a little better. How you doing? All right. It's the best night of the week. 818-921-6929, 323-275-9695. Those are the two numbers to call. And we'll see. We'll see. Man, the old system. It's still the current system. The one, but easy. Boom, everything stacked up, everything right in front of me. I've got to go back to the old. I just don't remember. All right, so let's see. Let me see here. I think I can. How do I do this? Do I go here? And oh man. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so let's see. Oh, let me try this. Oh, that worked. Okay, all right. Add a little extra click, but I think I've got it. Let me see if this is working. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Donna from Kentucky.
Hey, Donna. So the system's working.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I still had the phone numbers in my contact list because you're on my contact list.
Yeah, because you're special. You're special. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing great. I just wanted to let you know that I really enjoyed the Black Knight movie.
Oh yeah, you saw it. You peeped that out, did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I like the music in there too. So I found out that one of the songs was on iTunes, and then it had the Forbidden Knowledge thing on there, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh shoot, he's got all kinds of albums here.
Oh.
Downloaded all of them, and Monday at work it was my Forbidden Knowledge soundtrack.
Good stuff too.
Day.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So now, highlights of the film. Lots of information there. I don't think that most are expecting what they're going to get from this. There's a lot of stuff. And so, what stood out for you?
What really stood out for me was that one picture of the Anunnaki. I don't know if it was Enlil or Enki, or I'm probably butchering their names, holding supposed to be a crystal or something, and it looked more like a pine cone to me.
Mm-hmm.
But in the other hand, he was holding the handbag thing.
Yep.
That just stood out to me because I remember the conversation you had with them about that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and this is I'm going to do a little. I'm not no spoiler here, but what I enjoyed, the way that Billy and Melissa decided to do with the film was this was Billy's journey from hearing about the Black Knight satellite and then going through and investigating and one piece of information that followed the next, and his experience with this. And it's just a well thought out, well written film where he is just out there collecting knowledge from every single direction. And what was funny, I mean, for me, the way that they chose to do it is, spoiler alert, little one. They have me in the beginning of the film, right, to lay out A, B, C, D, E, and a few different things, and then Billy's off to the races, right? And I thought that was a pretty interesting way to do it, and where he ends up at the end of the film, at the end of his journey. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really well done film.
Yeah, it's like originally I thought it was, like a little bitty story, a little tale, a conspiracy tale or whatever. But then after I started watching that, and I did not know that there was so much connected to it. And I mean, my mind was blown.
Yeah. It was same thing for me, because I was able to, from a couple of different perspectives, step back and watch and listen. And I was like, wow, okay, because I ended up learning stuff, and I went through the process, and it was great. And I was hoping I wasn't sure. You always hope that the editing is going to be right and it's going to be presented correct. You've got the music and the special effects, and you want all of that. And wow, I mean, the storyline is there, and it's laid out really, really well. And I thought Eric Von Daniken was amazing in the film. Richard Dolan was really great, but it was the other parts that dealt with consciousness and ancient history. Sonia Grace, Freddie Silva, and others. There were so many contributors to the film. But you had everything coming in, different minds, different researchers, different people putting their thoughts into this. And it just turned out to be a perfect film in my eyes.
And to me, it kind of read like a video version of a book with chapters. Each person contributed a chapter to the book.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
A separate section of featuring different aspects of the whole story, and they all tied together.
Well, see,
through Billy Carson.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you viewed the film this way, Donna, because that was the intention. I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy, and it's easy to watch, and it's not too technical. It gets technical at a couple of points, but I think that it is a communication delivery tool with that type of media to just put this out there for everybody to think about. And I thought it was very effective.
It was technical, but also it didn't everybody wasn't talking like they were above everybody else. They were talking to you felt like on your level to help you understand it. It was like you were going into school for the first time and learning everything.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Donna. And there you go. And once again, first time up tonight on Fader Night. You're the absolute best, Donna. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Fade to black and go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy. Thank you, Donna. Donna from Kentucky. And now, again, 323 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Now let's go to who's up next. Okay, wait a minute here. Where'd my call list go? Is that this? No. Oh man. What's going on? It was just right in front of me. Okay. I am so confused. Is it this one? 818-921-6929, 323-275-9695. Let's here it is. Okay. All right. It's this one. And boom. Oh, now see, I'm learning. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Nathan in Ohio.
Hi, Nathan. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I called because I watched Communion yesterday, and I wanted to just say, when I first realized I had been I've seen it 2 or 3 times, but it's such a strange film that it kind of works on a subliminal level. I call it the litmus test.
Okay. Why?
Because I think, if you've really been through an experience like that, there are certain images in it that will trigger a response to, almost like what I've heard about the cover of the book doing in the initial release of the book.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost that cover that drove people to get it in the first place.
Could be. Could be. But the question is this. I mean, what made you want to watch Communion after all of these years? This is the first time you've seen the film?
No. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. I've been thinking about my own experiences again lately. I am an experiencer, but I'm also a normal person. I try not to make it my entire life, but it doesn't really let you go either. But I had recently reread the book and seen the film again. Like I said, I just watched it yesterday. I didn't realize it was so easy to find. But I think the reason I called was the thing that Whitley often talks about is the relationship of the visitors in death. And I've always wanted to ask Whitley, and I know you're not Whitley, but I've always wanted to ask Whitley whether or not if it's extraterrestrials visiting us and they can jump it through other dimensions, isn't it likely that they pass through the realm of the dead on their way here? And that is why the dead can appear in the visitations.
Yeah. And I think that Whitley is trying to. I mean, it's a good point, Nathan. But I think Whitley's tried to address that over the years. I mean, I ask him about it all the time, and certainly the last couple of times he was on the show, I went right there with him. If we go back. Now, and I talked to Whitley about this a couple of weeks ago, is that, oh my goodness, this is 2022. So let's back this up to around mid-2000s. Like right in there, and I'm a little confused on the years, but let's go back to the mid-2000s. And I was listening to a couple of his old shows. Maybe back at that time they were new, and so I'm listening, and the conversation for the first time to me. I mean, I've seen Communion and read the book many times. I have the book, but the conversation shifted for the first time to the little blue dudes being us after death. That's what, and so I went and was like, what's Whitley talking about here? And I listened to it again and again, and I went back to that same, and I talked to Whitley about this. I said, do you remember when you first started to present this idea? And Whitley said, I've always considered that, and I've always tried to talk about it, and maybe I didn't say it the right way, but it was something that I had always talked about and wondered about, that the little blue dudes probably were not E.T., that they represented what we would transition to. You, Nathan, are going to be a little blue dude, right? Okay, okay. So you understand the concept. So listening to Whitley talk about this and how it's written about, and he's written about it a lot in other books too as well. Now, is it in the movie? So now let's go to one of the scene where Whitley's dancing. Do you know the scene I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the blue dudes are dancing. Right now, are those the blue dudes that Whitley talks about now? Right? Because here they're on a spaceship. Right? They're not in the netherworld. They're not in the, and I'm assuming. So is that the same representation? So was it done wrong in the movie? But those are the images of what he considered the little blue dudes to look like that he talks about now today. And so in Communion, the book, different perception, the way that it was represented in the movie, because the blue dudes are there, right? They dance, they party, they laugh, right? You know what I'm talking about. So I'm not sure, but I do know that once Whitley started talking about this publicly about 15 years ago, or maybe a little bit longer, it was something that always intrigued me about this, and I've continued to get more information out of Whitley. But to be honest, I think he's still figuring it out.
I know I am.
Yeah, definitely.
All I wanted to say was that, the blue dudes are what I meant, but that's the main reason why that film and that story has actually held my interest over the years is because he talks about them, and I've had those types of experiences.
Right. Well, enjoy your weekend, Nathan, and thank you for the phone call. And I went and that's Nathan in Ohio. I went and oh man, I got to figure this out, man. I got to figure this mess out. I'm getting closer to getting this mess figured out. Okay. All right. But I think I've got it down. Communion wasn't available on streaming and you couldn't buy it. And so I started talking about it. This was a few years ago. And then suddenly, after that, because I tried to buy it, I tried to buy the film, I tried to stream it. It wasn't available anywhere. And about a month later, after I cried about it on the air, suddenly it was available for sale. And a couple of you sent me my own personal DVDs of Communion. Thank you for that. And also, in the DVDs that you guys sent me, which I had never seen before, were extras, interviews with Whitley, B-roll, deleted scenes, incredible stuff. And I mean, a couple of hours worth of material there that I had never seen before. Now, that being said, so I went back and watched the movie a few times, and of course, all of the extras that were with the film. But now it's streaming. Yeah. And now it pops up. I couldn't find it for years. And now it's always a suggested video for me. You should see my video suggestions in Amazon and Netflix. Yeah, suggested for you. It's all aliens all the time, straight back, man. It's 100 movies, 100 documentaries. Yeah, they're all there. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy.
Yes.
You can hear me. Okay, I wasn't sure whether I was on. This is Malcolm Brenner from the Sandbar here in Port Charlotte Harbor. How are you?
It's Thursday night, Malcolm. What do you think?
Yes.
All right. What's on your mind?
Well, a couple of things. I did an interesting interview a while ago with some guys from a local podcast. They're from Sarasota, which is just up the coast from me, and it's also where my old alma mater, New College of Florida, is, where I got credit for writing a paper about my experiences with Dolly the dolphin. But let's pass that by. The interesting thing about this interview was these guys were trying to record it as well as get the audio. And the technical guy was trying to, they hadn't brought a tripod with them, so I had two here. You know, I offered them both to them. The technical guy could not get his camera to attach to either of these two tripods. And somebody else has said that this generation of kids, they're whizzes on computers, you know, with software, but you give them a mechanical problem that you could solve, you know, with a coin or a, you know, a Swiss Army knife, and they're lost. What do you think?
100%. 100%. Kids today, flat tire on the car. Somebody's walking a long ways, man. A long ways. When we were kids, and this is no joke, man. You've got your bikes, you've got your mini bikes, you've got your thing. And you had your dad's tools. You kept things running, man. You kept things running. It didn't matter. You fixed everything. And I can fix anything today. I'm not afraid of anything. I can fix anything. Well, within reason. You know, I still you know what's and here's the other part with that. Here's a perfect example. In my walk-in closet, I have shelves that go around the top. Right? These really fancy built-in shelves. But this shelf here to my left, I noticed it's that I have too many clothes. It's weighing the shelves down. And so anyway, I go in and I went, oh, it's separated from the wall about this far, but I could see it, right? The shelf had pulled away and it's mounted. It's a very complex custom shelf system, but this one shelf has separated. And you know what? It was a chance for me, Malcolm, to break out the power tools. I am there, man. I got my belt, my tool belt. I got my box of stuff. I got my power tools. I got my bits. I got my drills. I got my screws. I got my boxes of stuff. I got my little foot shelf. No, hold on, Malcolm. Hold on. Because I'm heading to a commercial break. And I went up there. I put my footstool down. I got my tool belt on, my power things, and I've got screws hanging out of my thing. And you know what? 5 minutes later, I stepped down, shelf was fixed. But man, my daughters, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Kids these days, they're going to call somebody, or they're going to let the shelf fall, and then keep their clothes on the ground. It'll never get fixed.
That's the point at which they change apartments.
Yeah, that's right. That's when you call the Dolphins. All right. Hey, Malcolm, the Dolphins. You call the Dolphins. Dolphins have all the answers. Hey,
they will come, but Jimmy, they're not tool users.
They don't have opposing thumbs.
They've never gotten putting their snout into a sponge so they can poke around on the bottom.
And they don't have electrical outlets, so they can't charge the batteries for their cordless screwdriver.
It's part of the saltwater ground to have electrical outlets.
Yeah, it's a problem. Hey, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend, man. Thank you for the phone call.
Thank you very much. Thank you, man.
I'll talk to you. That's Malcolm somewhere in Florida. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fader Night. Thursday night, Fader Night, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. I'm going to take a quick break. Man, I just love this. My Thunderstorm. You have no idea. You've got to get one of these USB powered. You can plug it into the wall, and you can have that fresh rain smell like I do right here in the bunker. Absolutely incredible. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
2022 MUFON Symposium is in Denver, Colorado, July 7th through 10th, and it's on. If you can't make it to Denver, get the live stream. You can watch it live and anytime later. This year's theme is UFOs in the Spotlight. Our speaker lineup is incredible. Join Cheryl Jones, Peter Robbins, Michael Schratt, Kathleen Martin, Tom Reed, Paul Hynek, Peter Davenport, Dave Scott, Craig Campobasso, Donald Schmidt, Mark D'Antonio, and me, Ron James, for an exciting inside look at my new film. Newsflash, Congressman Tim Burchett has just confirmed that he will be making an exclusive live presentation at MUFON 2022. Tim is the most outspoken member of Congress on the UAP topic. You do not want to miss what he has to say. Sign up for our live stream. Get all 3 days of the MUFON Symposium, a 1-year subscription to MUFON TV, and an awesome free gift. What's the free gift? Find out at MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. That's MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. You do not want to miss a thing.
Hello, Fader Knots. Jimmy Church here, and I know what you're thinking. Lately, Jimmy sounds so fresh. He's so alert. He's so now. Well, that's because of biotech research and their new supplement, BrainPEAK 9. BrainPEAK 9 contains 9 nutrients that may help support brain function of memory, concentration, recall, and improve focus. Other memory supplements can cost as much as $129 for a 60-day supply. But right now, for a limited time, if you use the discount code FADER, that's right, FADER, just for the Fadernauts, you'll get a 60-day supply for just $49. There's no better time than right now to see what others have been raving about. Help improve your brain function. Go to BrainPEAK9.com and enter the discount code FADER. That's right, for the Fadernauts. That's BrainPEAK9.com. Discount code FADER. And the links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on it now. Seriously.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can right now get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers, and you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright-Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back. That was weird. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. 2 new numbers to call in. They are our old numbers, which is 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. It's open lines all night long. And this is the deal. there were, when I was a kid, and this happened, I hope my friend Randy is listening right now. When we were kids, we lived on Starview Drive in Indianapolis, and we had 3 families that were really tight, ours and our next door neighbors and the ones across the street. Anyway, and so, but my mom had a Polaroid camera. All right. And now that was a problem, because I could take pictures and my mom would never know it, right? I could keep them. You don't have to develop them. It's Polaroid. Pull it out and you've got it. And so that was my thing, man. And a couple of events happened around this camera. And one of them, one of the Polaroids was sent to me this weekend. And no, wait a minute. Today's Thursday. It was sent to me 2 days ago. And so I'm sitting here in the bunker. Text comes in and I click. I went, oh my God. Now, I took this picture. Now, I can't show it to you, but I took the picture. I was probably 15, I'm guessing. And some serious, pot was involved. Anyway, so now I'm going to back up. That stupid Polaroid camera. I wanted to share this story with you. My parents, my mom and dad, John, these are my step parents. I was adopted, and John, who just recently passed away. I talked about this, and so my mom, Sharon, and John, they fly to Myrtle Beach. They leave the house to me. My 2 younger brothers, David and Kevin, go and stay with my grandparents. And I couldn't believe it. I had the house to myself at the age of 15. What could go wrong? I might have been 16. I might have been a senior in high school. Anyway, so my parents are gone. And I mean, the first night, all my friends come over, right? And we throw down. And I got this Polaroid camera, and we're taking pictures, smoking weed, got a big bong, and stuff in my parents' living room. Man, I'm taking these pictures, right? The most incriminating stuff. And I think that the Polaroid cartridge held like 10 pictures, 10 or 12, and so pop, right, taking pictures all night. And it was bad news. Well, anyway, so we had the pictures on the dining room table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're doing our thing all night, right? And then I don't know what happened, but I go and a friend of mine says, "Hey, man, there's 9 pictures there." Well, what? One's missing. And I was like, what? One's missing? Which one? Oh, man. Oh. Because every one of these pictures would guarantee me grounded to my bedroom for at least a year. Okay? All right. So we tear the house apart. Can't find it. Cushions out of the couches, love seat. It's gone. And I thought somebody took it, right? One of us friends, there was like 10 of us there. Somebody's pocketed it and they're going to take it with them. That's what I thought of in my mind. Okay. All right. So I gather the 9 pictures, and I vacuum the floors, fumigate the house, and I wait for my parents to come home, and they rolled in on Monday. So anyway, and I remember the front door swinging open. I was upstairs in the kitchen. Parents come home. And the first thing out of my dad's mouth was, "What have you been doing?" I said, "What?" And he goes, "Come on." And I go, Nothing happened. And they let it go. All right. They let it go. 6 months go by. I had forgotten about the pictures. 6 months. And I come home one day and I see out front a furniture company. I was like, oh, my mom got new furniture. Something's going on, right? So I walk in the house and I go upstairs and I'm by myself. My mom is somewhere else in the house. And I go in, and in the kitchen is a small round breakfast table with 4 chairs in the kitchen. And I come in, right? And I look down on the table, and there's the missing Polaroid. Right there in the middle of the table. And I'm looking at it, and I went, which one? And I look down, and the picture, okay, all right. So it's, I took the picture. Thank God I wasn't in it, but actually that part doesn't matter. And the picture, I don't know can I say this on the air? Is this okay to say on the air? I don't even know if this goes down today, but back then there was a process of smoking weed, and it was called a shotgun. Who remembers that? Who's old enough? I don't even know. Do kids do it today? I don't know. And so a shotgun is when you take a joint, you put it in your mouth backwards, and you blow the smoke out into somebody's face, right? Okay. Somebody just posted shotties. Yes. Okay. So it's a picture of one of my friends that my parents know. He's standing there, blowing smoke into another friend of mine's face, who my parents know, and it's obvious who it is. And in the background are the neighbors next door, the neighbors across the street, the kids. They're all sitting in my parents' living room, laughing and watching what's going on with this cloud of smoke, right? Between these two dudes. And I took the picture. And I'm looking at this, and I went, oh, man. And my mom comes in, and she's standing there, and I'm standing there, and we know what's going on. There's the Polaroid in the middle of the table. And my mom goes, what are you guys doing in this picture? And I decide to come clean. I do. At that moment, I blurted it all out. I said, that's so-and-so blowing a shotgun into so-and-so's face. She goes, what's a shotgun? I said, Mom, it's pot. Okay. And what are you guys doing? And I said, you take the marijuana cigarette, Mom. You take it, you put it in your mouth, and then you blow the smoke out. And why would you do that? I said, I guess it's better, right? to inhale the smoke that's blowing into your face. And really? I said, yeah. She goes, who else was it? When was this? I said, do you remember when you and Dad went to Myrtle Beach? I knew it. I smelled pot when we came in the house, but we didn't know what that smell was. I said, well, yeah, that was that weekend. Okay. She goes, she holds up the picture on All That I Love. She goes, don't show this to your dad. She gives it to me. And that picture I still have, and it's in boxes. It's packed away one day. But the thing is can I show this? Would I show it now? There are some people here in these pictures that have jobs today and things. We don't need that. Anyway, so let's go back to the picture that was texted to me. And I'm not kidding about this. And I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to flash this for you. I'm just going to flash. Oh, that more were sent. Okay. So that's it. There's one. That's all I'm going to show you. Can't show. There's a second one. And oh man, look at the close up of this. See if you can see this. Look, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, and then here is me. Are you ready, everybody? There's Jimmy Church. Barely growing a mustache. Look, I'm holding, there I am. In a Polaroid. 16 years old, man, barely growing a mustache. And now these, I can't post them on the net. My friend Randy goes, yeah, man, but they're in the cloud. And our other friends that are in these pictures, they work. They work for nice companies, and we can have the stuff posted. But Polaroids, right? My mom, don't let your dad see this. And she gave it to me. Oh. So here's the closer to the story. So I said, Mom, we looked for this picture. There were 10 on the table in the dining room, and we came in, and then there was 9. And we tore the house apart. We looked everywhere. We couldn't find it. And I accused a couple of people of stealing the picture, and that I didn't mind that they stole it. Just tell me so I know that my mom's not going to find this picture. My dad's not going to find this picture. Just tell me that you have it and that you're taking it. And let's just tell me the truth. And everybody says, no, don't have it. And I carried this thing around me for these last 6 months, where I'm looking at one of them and they wouldn't admit to it. And that was it. So I thought that one of my friends stole the picture, but they didn't. And now I've got to go back and tell them, I'm sorry for accusing you of stealing the picture, because you didn't, because my mom found it. So, Mom, where was the picture? And she goes, the moving guys were here today, and I ordered some new stuff. And so I wanted to rearrange the living room, and they picked up the love seat, and it was underneath the love seat. Said, it was where? And we took the cushions out of everything. We looked what we didn't do is look underneath the love seat. Now, I don't know how it got there. And that's the other thing. And I thought about this so many times over the years. The universe, right? How did that picture get off of the dining room table? And we left them. They were all out for us to laugh at all night long. How did it get off of the dining room table into the living room and then underneath the love seat, only to be discovered by my mom and found by my mom, by movers, right? Of all things. And we thought that we had everything, we fumigated the house. We did that. I still got busted for that. We fumigated the house. We did this, we did that, collected the pictures and everything. And I was free and clear. 6 months later, the universe took that picture, man, and put it underneath the love seat to be found by my mom. Yeah. So there you go. All of this came back to me over the last 2 days because of these pictures that were texted to me. I got to see that one again. That is precious right there. Jimmy Church. Look at that. Holding up a bud. That's my senior year in high school. And That's it. I can't look at these anymore. There's friends of ours in this that would just lose their minds that this Polaroid is back out. All right. Couple of things. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. 818-921-6929. I've been ignoring the phones. 323-275-9695. And let's see. Phone lines are open. It's complicated tonight, everybody. So there you go. 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. All right. So I'll wait for phone calls to come in. My bad. It's over here now. It's not in front of me. And I saw it clicking, but there you go. All right. So how cool was my mom? She was the coolest. And this is my stepmom, Sharon. And another thought popped in my head because my dad, John, was kind of straight. All right. Kind of straight. He was cool, but he wasn't cool. He let me get away with a lot of stuff. He did. He really, I wasn't a problem child, but he definitely was pretty lenient when it came down to things and stuff. Anyway, but this is what happened. This is how cool my mom was. So I was going to get my driver's license, and my dad was out of town. He's gone, business trip. And this was during the week. And so my mom decides we're going to let my brothers stay at home, and then her and I are going to go and get my driver's license, right? So we get up early in the morning. It's in the summer. My brothers are still sleeping. There's a note there. There's cold pizza in the refrigerator, whatever. So my mom says, don't start the car. Don't start the car. Just put the car in neutral and roll it out of the garage so we don't wake them up, and let's go. That's my mom. She's standing out in the driveway. And so I put the car in neutral, and I've got the door open. I got my foot on the ground, and I kind of pushed the car back a little bit. This is a God's honest true story. Everything that I'm telling you is true. And so I pushed the car, and it's rolling. And then all of a sudden it starts to roll fast. And I couldn't get my foot back in the car fast enough. Okay? And so as this goes down, I try to get my foot back up. It gets caught in the door. And the door, which is open, rips the molding off of the garage door. Timber hanging off. And I look, this is my dad's precious paint job. His precious woodwork has now been ripped off the house. And the car rolls out in the driveway. I put on the emergency brake, and I look, and I'm talking about timbers hanging off of the house, and my mom's standing there. Now, this was my mom's idea, not my idea. My mom goes, closes the garage door, pulls it down. The molding is hanging off, broken. The house is painted dark brown. And so we got the light timber, bright. It was shredded. My mom and I go and get my driver's license. We come back home, and my mom goes, "You got to fix that before your dad gets home." I was like, I gotta what? Not a carpenter. And that was my mom. So I was there nailing this thing down, and my mom found some stain that my dad stained with that painted the thing, and she saved everything. And my mom and I are down there painting, and we put everything together. My dad comes home. Now, we got away with this for like a couple of weeks. And then my dad is out front. He decides that we're going to barbecue. And so he wheels the barbecue out into the driveway. I'm down there with him, with my friends, and we all knew about this thing. And you could, if you stop. So anyway, and he's looking over at the molding. I can see what's going on. He knows. He doesn't say a thing. He went over and he just kind of looked, and it was maybe a month later. John, I love you, man. Rest in peace. He goes, "You did a pretty good job on the molding." I go, "You know about that?" He goes, "Yeah. Your mom ended up telling me the whole story." I said, "Really?" And he did. It was just funny. And that's it. Okay, I got calls on hold. All of these memories came flooding back because of those friggin' Polaroids. So the dudes in the Polaroids were there when I got busted for the molding. And these things just came back to me. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll get back to your phone calls when I come back. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night, Fader night. If you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to you when we come back. It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Stay with us. We'll be back after this short break.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and this year, June 18th, 2022, the Disclosure Fest Foundation presents the Mass Meditation Initiative. It's Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., one day only at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles, California, right next to Chinatown. I'm hosting the event again this year with music performances by Trevor Hall, The Desert Dwellers, Poran Key, and many, many more on 4 separate stages. There's 16 stages in total, over 30 acres in downtown Los Angeles, with vendors and tents and presentations and workshops with Billy Carson, Adam Apollo, Lori Spagna, Laura Eisenhower, Brad Olson, David Palmer, and many, many more. It's all simple to do. Just go to disclosurefest.org for all of your tickets, information, and a full schedule of the day's events. Again, disclosurefest.org. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Putting you on hold. Stay right there. Uh-oh, live mic. So you heard how I answer the phones. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fader night. Open lines all night long. I'll get back to the calls in a second. What I wanted to say was the picture that I showed you, that wasn't at our house. That was taken across the street at Randy's house when his parents went out of town, and us boys got together at his house. And so what Randy goes, dude, I found an old copy of Lord of the Rings, and I opened it up, and these 2 Polaroids are in there for safekeeping all of these years. 35, 40 years. That was 1980, 81. That's 41 years ago that picture was taken, and it was in a copy of Lord of the Rings for 41 years. He hadn't seen it, and he hid him from his parents for 41 years in a copy of Lord of the Rings. Okay, so there you go. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. This is the thing, man. And when I listen to you all the time, but when I look at you, who's that guy? Speaking of 81, that was the villain. It's all about the villains these days. But he was one of the 3 villains in the first Superman.
Oh, I have no.
And dude, every time I look at you with your hair back,
yeah,
you're like that Superman dude.
I don't know
who is that Super.
I don't know.
He's one of the 3 villains. There's Zod,
right,
and then there's that girl with the black and the hair, and then there's that third guy. And every time I see you, and I'm not high, but there might be some residue left over from the 80s.
Okay, hold on.
Who's that guy?
The 3 villains From
Superman. It's going to be like looking in the mirror, dude.
Okay,
Every time I see you. And now I'm thinking now I heard you're adopted. So I'm like, dude, I think I might have found your straight up dad.
Okay, hold on a minute. Zod. Okay, there's Zod. The strength of the three. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so
have you never heard this before?
No,
Don't
but
tell me I'm the first guy.
I'm looking at the picture now. Here are the three villains. You think I look like that guy? Okay.
No, man, I don't know.
Okay.
I could be totally listen. It's been a long time.
Okay. Well, very interesting. I'm going to post this right now. I'm going to post this. I'm going to post this right now. The three villains from. Let's see. How do you spell villains?
There's that hot gal, and then there's General Zod, and then it's some relation.
Okay. All right. I'll let everybody else. Let's see. The three villains from Superman. Okay, I'm going to post this picture right now, and we will see what the Fadernauts think of your opinion. I know that you can see the one that you're talking about. He looks like Wolfman Jack or something.
That, and I went to your Facebook page, and I cannot find the Raven picture, man.
Oh, you can't?
I can't find the Raven picture. You let me on you got to answer the questions, and you let me on your Facebook page. But I'm looking for the Raven. I can't find it. Anyway, it's a compliment. You're awesome. I love you. Continue. And that picture of the bud, man. That picture of the bud with you.
You know what? Let me tell you something. You know what's funny about that picture? I actually remember that specific bud all these years later. I do. I do. Yeah, man. I think I'm 16 in that picture. You like that mustache? You like that mustache I was trying to grow?
I love it. That's the best picture, dude. Just that
trying to grow my hair long, trying to do it. So yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Carry on, dude. I hope that's a compliment, but every time I see, and I think it's just with your slick back hair, the way you use the microphone, but I dig it, man.
Hey, what's your name?
Matthew.
All right, Matthew.
St. Louis.
Matthew from St. Louis. Thank you for the phone call. I've just posted up. You're the best, Matthew. Thank you so much. And it's time. Well, let's just say go back, Lee Tappy. Thank you for that. And the 818-921-6929-323-275-9695. I've just posted the picture on Twitter if you guys want to go and see this. So I'm assuming he's talking about the guy on the right in this. Is that Zod in the middle? Hopefully it's not him. He's talking about the guy on the right. But I just posted this up, and now I do remember. Let's see here. There it is. So it's up in Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio, and you can check it out. It was pretty simple. I just punched in the three villains from Superman, and bam, man, a whole Google page, and there you go. Okay, all right. So yeah, I remember that bud. I do. I remember that specific one. How is it that we? I'm in such a great mood. How is it that we end up talking about pot on this show? Man, I haven't smoked pot in 20 years. I wouldn't know what to do. Edibles I've done like twice in 20 years, and not regret it, but man, freaked me out to the point where I'm done. I'm done. I've explored that, man. I can't go down that road. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Alex. How's it going?
Hey, Alex. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Canada.
You're from Canada right now? You're in Canada?
Yes. Yes, Saskatchewan.
Oh, really? All right.
Yes.
Well, what city?
I found you from Christina.
What's that?
I found your show from Christina Gomez.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
She's doing good these days. Man, she's really turned into a host. You know what, Alex, how long have you been following Christina?
Probably about 2 months.
How long?
2 months.
Oh, 2 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, last year, this is what I used to do with her. I used to say, so Christina, what are your thoughts on, right? And try to get her opinion on something. So no. I'm just here to ask questions. My opinion doesn't matter. All right. Yeah. Not today. Oh no. Now she's got opinions, and I love it, and her side of things, and the way that she expresses it today. She's really got her feet on the ground, and very proud at the way that she's grown as a show host. And today we had a lot of fun. Were you there today?
I caught about 20 minutes of it just when I was driving home from work.
Oh, you missed it, man. Christina and I, one of these days, and it's going to be soon. One of these days, we're going to get in a fight on the air. It's getting to that point, man. I can't wait. And that's when she'll finally have arrived as a show host, because we're right there, man. All right. So what's on your mind, Alex? What's going on?
Well, I actually, that guy who just called you is kind of funny, because it seemed like he was tripping, and then you were talking about all the weed stuff, and I mean, I've only done shrooms one time, but I guess I'll tell you the craziest story I've had with UFOs. But I did shrooms only one time when I was 17 years old. I'm 25 now, but when I did the shrooms the one time, I flew essentially to the edge of our solar system and saw this elongated piece of metal. And there's a year before we discovered a muamua, like the cigar-shaped, thing. And it moved my brain. That's the only way I could explain it. And it told me drugs are so bad for humanity. And I flew right back to Earth. And I just keep doing that for what seemed like 50 years. It was like the longest, the most horrible trip I've ever had. But then, like 2 years later, all these scientists are talking about this long, elongated cigar-shaped thing, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, that's what I flew to, and it was like talking to me essentially. I don't know. It was insane.
What does that tell you?
Right? It's like maybe something is trying to communicate with us or something.
Yep. And there's another part to this, and I'm pretty convinced that what I'm about to say is true. That I think that science is going to be on my side with this. But there has been so much talk. And specifically, I'm going to talk about DMT and ayahuasca.
Okay.
Now, I'm not as convinced about other hallucinogens, but maybe psilocybin and mushrooms. That could be the exception. But chemically made stuff, and stuff, acid. I'm not convinced there. But let me say this. That there is way too much evidence out there from those that have done the ceremonies that this is an ability, this is a conduit for our brain, right? Our pineal gland, our brain to access another world. call it another dimension, call it a parallel world. I don't care what you want to label it as, but it's an ability to go and communicate and see and visit those worlds. And I think that science needs to put this in a lab and figure out what's going on. Physics is telling us that the multiverse is here, and that there's parallel worlds, and there's 11 dimensions, and entanglement and quantum connections with parallel worlds. Well, this may be part of the answers that they need to work on this, and I believe it. When I had a friend. You guys know who I'm talking about, but I can't say. But I had a friend that I hold in the highest regards. I can't say anymore. You guys, I don't want to blow somebody's cover. But who called me up and said, "Church." And I go, "What's up?" "Hey man, I smoked DMT yesterday." I said, "Oh, really? Okay, what's up?" And he goes, "Hey, man, I'm just going to tell you, I talked to 3 aliens." I said, "What? 3 ET aliens?" I said, "What do you mean you talked to him?" "I talked to him, man." And I said, "Okay, well, what happened?" He goes, "Well, Jimmy, it's real." And I go, "What, the experience?" No. They were real. I went to another dimension and they were there and they talked to me just like I'm talking to you. And I said, how you doing with it? And he goes, "Dude, it scared the crap out of me. This is real." And I said, "Would you do it again?" And listen, Alex, I go, "Would you do it again?" He goes, "No." Absolutely not.
I haven't been able to do shrooms again. Like that was the only time. I was like, it was just so like powerful. Like the experience is like so real that like the fact that I could see this object just with essentially my brain, which I know doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's the only way I could explain it to people is like I flew all the way to this thing and just my brain was sitting right outside of this long cigar-shaped object, and it just was moving my brain muscles, telling me how bad hard drugs is for. And actually, I remember one thing. It was like you have like humanity has like 100 years left. If you guys keep down this path, like you're done. That's essentially was the message it left me.
Yeah,
I haven't.
And I appreciate that, and I've heard experiences like this many times, but I never did. Have those experiences with now this has been a long time now. It's been 40 years since I messed around with anything like that. But back then, because you hear about, "Oh man, I was hallucinating, the walls were melting, I saw little butterflies and dinosaurs and the, I never did. And I wanted that experience. I wanted, like what you said, I wanted to go to the edge of the universe. I never did.
I would say our solar, maybe not our solar system, but like our solar system, yeah, because it wasn't quite in, because it was discovered for another like year and a half or whatever by the Hawaii telescope, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and but I never did. I never checked out of this reality. And I did the same. What's the word I want to use? Doses that other friends that were talking about these, and I just never did. I stayed in this reality. Now, not to say that, right? I didn't have a brain opening experience, but it never for me. I never hallucinated, and I never experienced like some out of body thing. I never did. I never did. Now, would I smoke DMT? Yeah. If it and I will. It's just got to be the right moment with the right shaman and the right experience and the right setting. And I've got to be off work for like 2 weeks just to make sure that I come back normal. Right. But my whole thing, I don't think ayahuasca and a 16 or 24 hour commitment to that and everything else. No, I don't. DMT, 10 minutes in, you're in and out, right? Or 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay. All right. My paranoia is that what if I don't come back, right? What if something just like click in my brain and I'm just like, and I'm a vegetable for the rest of my life. Yeah. That's my only thing because right now I'm grounded. I have pure thought. I'm clean and sober. It's just that, yes, there's that part of it, but it's taken me a while to get into this mindset, and I don't want to lose what I have here. I know it's it's like a Pandora's box, right? That's my fear.
Yeah. Like that's my cousin is like, oh, I smoke DMT once in a while, but it's like, I don't want to do it just for fun. If I'm ever going to do it, I want to do it with a shaman or something that's going to be a meaningful experience. I'll just lose my brain after. Yeah. Because I don't want a bunch of doctors to be touring a mental hospital, right, with clipboards. And then one of them goes, and who's that dude over there in the wheelchair and the straitjacket? Oh, he used to be a radio host. I don't want to be that guy, right? I just drool cup, I just don't want to be that guy. Alex, enjoy your weekend, my man. Great phone call, and behave up there in Canada, because I know you guys are all out of control. Okay, so just behave. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much. And that is Alex from Saskatchewan. Coming in strong. Thank you so much for that, Alex. And if the moment is right, if the moment is right and everything is correct, I think DMT is something, at least to have the experience. I want to be able to, because I have so many out there now that have at least gone there and they've shared their experience with me. And I just think to myself, okay, all right. I think I need to be able to have this conversation, because I don't have a point of reference where I can go back and say, yeah, that was my experience too. I don't have that. I don't have that point of reference at all. So I want to be able to have this conversation. That includes with guests in the future, where I can say, yes, okay, so this was my experience, but I don't have that. So I guess, like anything else, right? I think I got to dip my toe. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Turn me down in the background.
I just did.
Okay.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Paula.
Hi, Paula. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Come on, Paula. It's Thursday night. I know.
I don't even know where to start.
I mean,
I've got so many things to say.
You of all people know that's. Come on. Okay, Paula.
It's a cliche question.
Yes. Okay. And it's courtesy. Okay. Well, we've got the formalities behind us. How you doing? What's on your mind?
Well, let's just start up with this DMT stuff, because it was fresh on the line here.
Why not? Tonight it's all drugs all the time. So let's just let's keep it
Well,
going.
I had a cousin, let's say, introduced me to that. I think about a year ago.
Okay.
And I had been drinking, and I was pretty much, they kept telling me, you're going to see this, you're going to see that, you're going to do this. And I was kind of afraid, because I've seen visions, and I'm like, if I close my eyes, I'm going to see stuff. So I kind of bailed out and never really got to experience it. But when I did close my eyes, I did see a bunch of colors. So that's all I got.
So
on that.
wait a minute. So you did do it?
I did.
And,
I tried it.
Okay. All right. How?
It seems to be the latest things with kids, and it was in one of those little, you know, how they smoke cigarettes now.
Yeah,
The little
you vaped
electronic vape thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, that's even more interesting. How many, Apollo? How many puffs?
A lot.
Okay.
But see, I am the kid that did the mescaline in junior high school.
Right.
I'm the one that tried on acid so many times to where I was kind of bored. I'd already pondered everything.
Right.
At
Right.
15.
Right. Right.
So if they tell me you're gonna see stuff, I'm like, ooh, you know, despite my vision stuff, I just was kind of intrigued, and when I did close my eyes, I did see colors, but I didn't go there.
Well, when I talk to, I've got friends I'm talking about that are shamans, okay? And they will tell me specifically when it comes to DMT that you have to, it's got to be of a certain quality and grade, and you have to trust where it's coming from and how it is. You know, there's so many different types. But anyway, in your situation where you have no idea, who knows?
And it wasn't the time. It wasn't the time. I was not in a situation where I could go ooh and do and have all the
right
calm.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. And I'm very concerned about that too as well, where I just want the setting.
You have to be in the right place, the right time, and I was in the right headspace.
Right.
But I had youngsters going, oh, it's going to be so great.
And they're doing, see, and that's a problem. Let me tell you why that's a problem before we get to the break.
Problem.
Because this isn't fun and games. This isn't recreational stuff. This isn't smoking weed. This isn't, drinking beer. This is something else altogether.
A chemical that is released when we die, apparently.
Yes.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
to give some euphoric whatever, and it's not, but it was nothing like doing acid or mescaline.
How long did
or I didn't have the right grade.
Yeah, I've got 30.
Or I refused to close my eyes.
Paula, 30 seconds before the break. How long did it last?
Very short.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. That's the only appealing part to me, where I know.
Yeah, it's not like you have to wait 6-8 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the part for me. It's going to happen. I just don't know when. I've had dozens of opportunities, and I mean, like, it was a legit moment. I was like, no,
I'd like to do ayahuasca, but I want to be in the desert with the shaman and the this and the that.
Yeah,
and I want the drums and I want the whatever, and I haven't done all that yet. But.
Yeah, I'd like to, go to Ecuador, go to Peru, go to the top of a mountain with a shaman, and like Michelle
I had my
Rodriguez.
DNA done. My DNA goes back to Peru 500 years ago.
Isn't that interesting? Wow.
It is.
Wow.
It's really cool to see that.
Hey, Paula.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Paula.
too.
Paula is amazing. Thank you so much, Paula. It's time to fade to black. If the moment is right, it's the right thing, and and it's got to be. It's not only that part, but it's where I'm at in that timeline at that moment too as well, because all of the other logistics could be right, could be correct, but I have to be in the right headspace. It's got to be the right moment, and then So I'll report back to all of you. I'll keep you posted. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night with open lines all night long. 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
2022 MUFON Symposium is in Denver, Colorado, July 7th through 10th, and it's on. If you can't make it to Denver, get the live stream. You can watch it live and anytime later. This year's theme is UFOs in the Spotlight. Our speaker lineup is incredible. Join Cheryl Jones, Peter Robbins, Michael Schratt, Kathleen Martin, Tom Reed, Paul Hynek, Peter Davenport, Dave Scott, Craig Campobasso, Donald Schmidt, Mark D'Antonio, and me, Ron James, for an exciting inside look at my new film. Newsflash, Congressman Tim Burchett has just confirmed that he will be making an exclusive live presentation at MUFON 2022. Tim is the most outspoken member of Congress on the UAP topic. You do not want to miss what he has to say. Sign up for our live stream. Get all 3 days of the MUFON Symposium, a 1-year subscription to MUFON TV, and an awesome free gift. What's free gift? Find out at MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. That's MUFONSymposium.com/Jimmy. You do not want to miss a thing.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and this year, June 18th, 2022, the Disclosure Fest Foundation presents the Mass Meditation Initiative. It's Saturday, June 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., 1 day only at the Los Angeles State Historic Park in downtown Los Angeles, California, right next to Chinatown. I'm hosting the event again this year with music performances by Trevor Hall, The Desert Dwellers, Poran Key, and many, many more on 4 separate stages. There's 16 stages in total, over 30 acres in downtown Los Angeles, with vendors and tents and presentations and workshops with Billy Carson, Adam Apollo, Lori Spagna, Laura Eisenhower, Brad Olson, David Palmer, and many, many more. It's all simple to do. Just go to disclosurefest.org for all of your tickets, information, and the full schedule of the day's events. Again, disclosurefest.org.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back. It's like I got a dirty switch in my console. What is going on? This is Fade to Black. Okay, now it's working. Wow. I don't even know if that's going out over the airwaves, if that's just in my headphones. So sorry to react that way. But anyway, it's Fade to Black. It is Thursday night. It is Fader night. And just an amazing night on the show. And we've got new phone numbers, 818-921-6929 or 323-275-9695. I actually have open lines right now. And there you go. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. A friend of mine who... a very close friend. And actually, no, I'm going to, let me back this up. I'm going to say 3 close friends have all invited me to ceremonies. And it just hasn't been, and 3 people that I trust completely with this. And it's only going to be once. I don't think I'm going to go and dip my toe a second time. Hang on. In this. So it's only going to be once, and it's going to have to, I'm putting you on hold. Stay right there. It's only going to be once, and that's it. That's it. I'm putting you on hold. Stay right there. Okay. All right. Let's see if I've got this figured out, and let's go. Man, what is happening with this? Okay, so if I go here, this is like bizarre to me, where it's not showing up. I think as I'm picking up calls and putting them on hold, I see this. It is going. Listen, everybody, I'm going to put you on hold. Stay right there. Don't hang up. Okay, so now if I go here, why isn't this one? Okay, so this is active. I'm doing this in real time. I can't figure out why it's going backwards. And I think that is what's happening. Let me see if I have somebody here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob? Which Uncle Bob?
This is Uncle Bob from out in Dallas. Armpit, California.
How you doing? What's on your mind?
Not a lot. Just thought I'd call and say hi. Talked a couple times.
Yeah, turn me down, Bob. Turn me down in the background. You can't do that. Okay, you got it. Okay, all right. Well, it's better for you because then you're not listening.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Bob?
I want to tell you this time when I was out here in Counter Crow's Landing. I used to live out there by the San Joaquin River, and me and my brother-in-law were out there just hiking around, and we seen up over like the Altamont a ship come in, a spaceship, and it looked just something we couldn't recognize, and it came in and it just crossed the river, sat down by the dairy, and so we went run way down there because I lived at a catfish camp then. We went running over there, and when we got out to where they just the field, I look over there, there's one sitting right there on the ground, and then across the Crow's Landing, there's another one out in the field by a palm tree, and you could see them standing outside it, like they were walking around it, looking like like you would if you had a flat tire or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen anything like that. You see one, you're lucky. You see two, you're lucky. You see 3 of them on the ground, well, you start thinking invasion or something like that.
Well, what did they look like?
They look like little naked people. They didn't look like they had any clothes on.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ships.
Oh, they were just amazingly small. I mean, they were only about maybe 15 feet across, you know, and I've seen, you know, big as a truck or whatever, you know, or, you know, big truck.
And what were they?
And,
what were they shaped like?
They were just round discs, you know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, but so anyway, they just disappeared, so it made it hard to run across. So I was heading towards the closest one, and because I wanted to see it, I wanted to touch it, you know. And when I got within 10 yards of it, it said just blip, and it was gone.
Huh.
And knowing what I know now, I wish I would have checked to see if it was still there, and maybe I just couldn't see it. You know?
And when did this happen, Bob?
This was about 15 years ago.
So no cell phone camera.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's just me and my brother-in-law out there hiking around.
Wow.
And I had a telescope at the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go home and whip out my telescope to see the ones that were standing around there across the road, right?
Right.
And by the time I got my telescope out, they were gone, though.
Wow. Wow.
My brother-in-law, he didn't like it at all. He hid in a trailer.
Can't blame him.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, they just don't want to be seen, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like I was on Christina Gomez's show earlier today, and I was talking about the sighting I had over Edwards Air Force Base, and so it happened twice. And then when I got my cell phone out, armed the video, I just stood there for 20 minutes. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And it was
right.
And it was just kind of a weird thing, you know, that it, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You get the feeling that they're aware that they're being observed, right?
Well, you saw well, maybe you didn't, but I posted this picture of these ravens that I took in front of my house. And I tiptoed, man. I was quiet. And the second, and there was no noise, but the second I hit that shutter, they took off. It was like they knew,
yeah,
man.
They're like pretty big birds too, aren't they?
Yeah, huge, like 4 foot, 4 foot wingspans, giant. Well, hey Bob, enjoy your weekend, and thank you for the phone call, man. That's a great sighting.
Okay, man. You have a good one, Jimmy. I'll talk to you again.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. It's time to say, go Beckley Tepe. That's Bob right here in California. So we had not one, not two, but 3 craft land. And he went to go and check them out. He saw beings that looked like naked little humans out looking at the craft like they were looking at a flat tire. Very interesting. It sounded like he got pretty close and then gone. And yeah. That's how it goes. The question is, and you know, I say it every night on this show, how close are we? How close are we to this, like, busting out? I was watching, you know what? Let's just go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hey, Jimmy. This is John.
Hey, John.
John St. Michael.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Minnesota, Maplewood.
All right, from Minnesota. What's on your mind tonight, John?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Jimmy, you know, I just wanted to call in and say that I've been watching your show the last maybe 6 months or so, and I've just been really impressed with what you've had to say, the people that you surround yourself with, the music, the analog. You know, it's just been really real, and I just want to thank you for what you're doing in the community. It feels like family, and you know, I'm new to this, but yet I'm old to this, and I just wanted to say hi.
Well, John, what is your personal journey? What brings you not only to Fade to Black but to this community? What happened?
Yeah, you know, well, so Jimmy, you know, I've had abilities my whole life, but I never was able or felt comfortable to talk about it just because of the family unit that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised in a Catholic, Orthodox family. You know, my mom was actually a cloistered nun, and you know, way before she had me. She left the nunnery at 27. She had me at 40, and you know, I was on my deathbed in February. and I knew I had all of this knowledge to give, but I thought I might not be able to get it out because I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. And that's when I really started praying, and started meditating, started searching. I was a patient at Rochester Mayo, which kings and queens go to, and they told me they can't really help me, So so I healed myself, Jimmy. I was on 13 meds. I'm on none.
Right.
I was bleeding out of my left palm and my right feet. I had an autonomic failure. They have no idea, when their answer was I should practice psychology after I was healed. So my purpose now is, because a lot of people are waking up, as you know. Hey, okay. A lot of people are waking up, and they need to know that, you can go through this abandonment, this ascension process, with high vibes, love, joy, ecstasy, gratitude. You do not have to rebuke this, because that's what I did, and it caused me to literally bleed out of my pores.
Wow.
And also too, there was other knowledge. I think people have knowledge that, can help our communities, help our children, help our government, help our financial situation here within the United States and abroad. And they're afraid to speak up. Why? Because they lock us up. They lock us up. It took Dr. Hassan on the 7th floor of a psych ward, who's nationally recognized for her bipolar work, to reverse my bipolar diagnosis. And then Minnesota Department of Mental Health reviewed her case and concurred. And so by the time I made it to Mayo, that wasn't even a thing. It was just, they were just focused on autonomic. Every day that passes now, I'm just enlightened more and more, and I'm just getting familiar, with your viewership and this family, and this feels like family. This is not how I was raised,
Right.
And I've also had, I love music. I love blues, and so I just wanted to call in and just say how grateful I am for you. I mean, this isn't easy, what you're doing.
Well, what I'm doing is easy compared to what you're doing, and what you're going through. You know what my weird comment to that is, though, is I got really sick when I was 20. And I've talked about it on the air, and I was in the hospital for a long time, and I was really, really ill. And the things that they told me as I was released from the hospital, which was 4 or 5 weeks later, that I wouldn't be able to walk again, that I was going to be bound to these meds, and I had to do this and do this, and that it was going to be a long process. I left the hospital in a wheelchair, and I was in a wheelchair I was 20 years old, man. And I was in a wheelchair for a long time. And I got really good at balancing the wheelchair back on 2 wheels, and I could sit there for hours, right? Oh, anyway, putting that aside, I weaned myself off of the meds. Now, I'm not going to get into what those meds were, but there was a certain amount of pain that was involved with that. And I think a lot of that was a crutch. It was my brain telling me that it was hurting. I'm not sure, but eventually I started walking, and eventually and so when I came to California, when I flew out to California, I left my meds in Indy. I did.
Good for you.
I did. I left them in Indy. Like, that was it. By that point, I really wasn't taking them anyway, but I just wanted to leave that behind me. Now, I walked with a certain amount of pain for a little bit here in California, but I faked it. Theatrics is half of the sale. I walked normally, but it hurt. It hurt. But eventually, and now compared to, and it took about 2 years, but compared to what they were telling me that I was going to live the rest of my life like, and what I was like 2 years later, it was two different things. And now I wouldn't recommend that to anybody, because there are certain times when meds are that's it. You have to. And I'm not a doctor. And I don't even play one on the radio. I don't. And that's not my position. I'm just telling you what worked for me. And I think that a lot of it was up here in my head, and it scared the crap out of me. And I didn't want to live my life like that. I just didn't. And so I muscled my way through it. Now, that being said, there are times when you got to go, you break your arm, you're not going to self-heal. You're not, right?
No, you're not.
You get shot, whatever, car accident. There are times when you've got to go and go to a hospital and see a doctor. There's no question about that. Mm-hmm. But everything else, not everything else, but most things, I think that there are healthy ways to get through stuff. Healthy ways to do it. You don't ignore it, but I don't think this is my. I don't want to. Please, nobody listen to me. Do not listen to me. But I think
they're all hinging on what you're saying right now.
But I think a lot of things are just focused on the issue and not what is causing the issue. Right?
That's right.
Okay. So
that's right.
I went through, this was about 6 months ago, and I was taking a natural, everybody can go to Rite Aid, a natural sleep aid. Yep. Okay. And at first, I'm not going to get into specifics, but I'm like, I'm 200 pounds, man. I can muscle my way through anything. And this is natural. So I'm, anyway, instead of after a length of time of a couple of months, I realized, I was like, what is going on here? There's something wrong. Now, I could have, what the issue was, I didn't think it was this natural sleep aid. I didn't tie it to that. Mm-hmm. I thought it was my diet, like I ate something bad, or it was this, or whatever. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm drinking too much coffee, whatever. I'm thinking all these weird things. And then I read an article, and I went, those are my symptoms. And it's caused from this sleep. What?
Right.
Cold turkey. That's it. I was like, oh my, right? And and it was like 2 days later, I was back to normal. And I couldn't believe it. Now, I could have tried other things, you know what I mean? The Band-Aid, trying to figure out what is causing it. Right? There's something in the background. And wow. And you know what?
Well, and that's totally intuitive on your part. And people need to hear that. Because I 100% agree with you, and I don't want anyone to think, don't go to the doctor. But if we were in Eastern countries right now, they would all be questioning, why are we only talking about the meta? Why aren't we talking about the spiritual component?
100%.
Because they include that in their medicine.
Yeah.
They're not on drugs. They're not on drugs like we are in the US.
You ain't lying, man. You're not lying about that.
It's fact. This is fact.
I know. I know. And it was such a strange little thing for me to have to go through. But again, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. You listen to yourself. But I just really feel I got into I don't want to say too much here, but about 15 years ago, it wasn't that recent. 15 years ago, I got in a car accident, head on, drunk driver, and early in the morning, I was going to work, got hit, and I got messed up. I'm talking about 2 cars, 50 miles an hour, head on, right? Boom, I got knocked out.
Yep.
Well, anyway. So I have to go through all of that. I was messed up, and my man, it was a bad my neck. It was a bad situation that I went through. So one of my doctors, I had like 4. One of my doctors goes, okay, now you pick up your pain meds once a week, and I'm like, no. He goes, what? And I remember the receptionist, because here's the deal. Speaking of this country, everybody wants that situation, right? Not every, you know what I'm saying, right? They're like, hey, man, whoa.
I know, I've been in that situation.
Right. And I was like, no, man, not going to do it. So I would have to go back, and I was getting, these weekly visits, and I was messed up, man. I was tweaked out. My neck and my arms and my wrist and my back. And I mean, my body went through some heavy trauma, but, and I went back and I worked through it. But anyway, it was really weird. The receptionist was like, okay, no, keep your script. Keep your script.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I did it for the first week, and I had to do it for the first week, or the pain would have done me in.
Yep.
But after that, no, nah, I'm going to muscle through this. I am going to get through this on my own. And I did.
Yeah. And you did. And look at, you're on top now. See, I mean, this is where people should tune in and listen, to these messages, because when you take control of yourself, we have everything that we need inside of us. I believe that. 100%.
I believe that too. I do too. I absolutely believe that. So this is my thing. All right. In my home, you want me to tell you what drugs are here?
Yeah.
Advil. That's it, man. That's it. That's it. Search my house, right? There's nothing here. Oh, no, that's not true. That was a fib. That was a lie. NyQuil. I got that too. But that's it. And if something needs more than NyQuil for a cold, or Advil because I stubbed my toe. Oh, by the way, this foot right here, this foot. I was in a furniture store the other day, and I went to take a picture of this. I'm going to show this to everybody so you understand that this is not BS. I'm looking at the clock.
Right.
Okay. So this is
I can't see, but
okay.
I'll see it another way.
I'm going to post this picture. You can see that I'm in a furniture store. You can see the furniture in the background. That's my foot. I took this picture because I'm walking through the furniture store, and I kicked the leg of a dining room table, and I'm wearing what? I'm not wearing shoes. I'm wearing frigging flip-flops with a sock, right? Bam! And I kicked this. I was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" So I took a picture because you could see in this picture, the second to my pinky toe is so swollen through this sock, right? So I took a picture and I was like, huh? But I barely made it out of the store. I get home, right? I get home and I whip off my sock, and dude, I had the Fred Flintstone. From the cartoon, the throbbing, and it was insane. So that's why I have Advil, right? Took a couple Advil. I remember I was in bed that night, and my foot was just going.
Right.
But anyway, hey John, enjoy your weekend, my man. Great phone call.
It was awesome. It was awesome chatting with you, Jimmy. And if you did an earlier show for kids, I think people would tune in. I'm telling you, just an idea.
Oh, man. You have a great weekend, John. Thank you so much.
All right. God bless.
Time to fade to Gobekli Tepe. That's a good phone call right there. And with that, we got one segment left. Let me get to this break. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I'm telling you right now, my mood has been altered because of this right here. BrainPEAK 9, promo code FADER. Links are below. Look, empty bubble pack, man. Stuff is incredible. I love it. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back after this short break.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here, and I know what you're thinking. Lately, Jimmy sounds so fresh. He's so alert. He's so now. Well, that's because of biotech research and their new supplement, BrainPEAK 9. BrainPEAK 9 contains 9 nutrients that may help support brain function of memory, concentration, recall, and improve focus. Other memory supplements can cost as much as $129 for a 60-day supply. But right now, for a limited time, if you use the discount code FADER, that's right, FADER, just for the Fadernauts, you'll get a 60-day supply for just $49. There's no better time than right now to see what others have been raving about. Help improve your brain function. Go to BrainPEAK9.com and enter the discount code FADER. That's right, for the Fadernauts. That's BrainPEAK9.com. Discount code FADER. And the links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on it now. Seriously.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can right now get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. you'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Whew, man, what a week on the show. Just a unbelievably great week. And I love wrapping up a fantastic week with another Fader Night like tonight. And so with that, it's open lines all night long. We've got one segment left. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to call and tell you what I saw about 2 years ago.
Well, but first you have to tell everybody your name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so my name's Andrew. I'm from Oregon.
Andrew from Oregon. All right. What did you see 2 years ago? What happened?
All right. So I'm outside walking my dog, letting him do his business. And the sky got really, like, almost red in this one area, like about 100 feet above the house. And so I thought I was seeing things, and I stop and look in there, it kind of fades out, and then everything's normal again. And then through the trees, like literally not touching a single tree, but comes through the trees is, I'd say, like, I don't know, maybe about the size of a small, like a Volkswagen Bug, maybe. Okay, about 100 feet up.
Okay.
But then it starts. It's round, like circular, and it just keeps. It's kind of not making any sound at all, and then it just starts. Once it gets about above my house, about 100, maybe 150 feet up, it speeds up, and then like a trail of different colored flames kind of appear behind it. And it starts coming down at a downward, like very drastically, like almost like, I'd say like 70 degrees, comes down, goes through the other trees alongside our house, and then just disappears. And then the weirdest thing was there was a very odd, like, smell afterwards. You could smell it. It's really hard to explain, like, what it smelled like. But it just literally disappeared in the pine trees. Just like it, like went. It's hard to explain. It literally like went through the pine trees without touching a tree.
You sound crazy, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm sure I do.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And
I have a witness, actually. I actually have a witness.
Your dog?
Yeah, my mother was out there. She came out, and we watched this thing. And I was fumbling to get my phone out to try and record it, but you know how that goes. You can never, get your camera on. And it was just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. What'd your mom say? What'd your mom say?
Oh, she literally just was absolutely stunned. Like, we just looked at each other for like a minute afterwards without saying anything. I don't think we could. I still to this day can't get my head around it. So and when I say a Volkswagen Bug, I don't mean it was shaped like a Volkswagen Bug. I just mean like about that size.
Yeah, about that size. Circular. Yeah, I get it. And it was red. It was glowing.
It was like the flames behind it was like red, yellow, and then like at the very end blue. And it was very odd.
Yeah.
So the ball, basically.
It was a sphere. Yeah. It was a sphere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Could you see
Yeah.
through
And then,
it?
but
Was it solid?
what's that?
Could you see through it, or was it
Yeah,
solid?
you could almost see through it. It's almost translucent. Very defined, though. I mean, you could absolutely, tell what it was. That it was there.
100 feet above your house is very low, so you got a really good.
Oh, it was incredibly low. Incredibly low. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very odd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
I
Class
don't
A
tell
sighting.
too many people this.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, right. Right, exactly. No. I told my girlfriend, and she still to this day, I'm pretty sure, thinks I'm crazy, but it absolutely happened.
Well, Andrew, let me ask you this before I let you go, and thank you for taking the time to call. That's an amazing sighting. With everything that's going on today, right? Washington, D.C. and the Navy and the UAP task force and Senate hearings and Congress and everything that's going on. Tucker Carlson, flapping. When you see all of this going on, does this allow you to go, okay, see, this is what I'm talking about? Do you feel a little bit more freer to maybe talk about this?
So. I think so. Yeah. I think, years, in the past, people were afraid that they would be, considered to be, loony. I probably would have called you after it happened, but I think all this, coming out in the media and more people are talking about it, you feel a little more free to explain what you saw.
Now, one last question before I say goodnight. What do you think? Us or them?
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. I should be asking you that.
Well, hey, man, I wasn't there. See, we none of us have the answers, right? And so that's the difficult thing. But there is so much supernatural and paranormal and possibilities that just happen right here on this planet. I mean, we experience this kind of stuff all the time. So that's always on the table. And it could be a variety of things. What you saw, maybe it was a spirit. What you saw, maybe it was ET. And so when you have so many different types of sightings, so many different types of craft, so many different types of experiences, maybe it's just a little bit of everything going on at the same time. It's not just one thing. Yeah. We can't say that anymore.
I think you're right. I think it kind of like, if the moment's right, it kind of, and things have to kind of align, and maybe we're for a minute, allowed to see into, somewhere else, maybe, or maybe they can, come through to us. I don't know.
Now answer the question: us or them?
Us.
You think it was us?
Oh, well, I mean, you're talking about, no, I absolutely think that it was extraterrestrial. 100%. This is definitely nothing man-made. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Not man-made at all. It went through the woods without touching anything. I mean, it was solid in appearance, but when it went through the woods, it didn't touch a thing, man. You couldn't hear anything, and it just went through there so smoothly. And I wanted to try and see if it, if something literally had landed. And I couldn't see anything. But like I said, there was an odd smell in the air afterwards. That's the weirdest thing about the whole thing was obviously incredibly weird, but that smell was pretty odd. I had never smelled anything like that.
I love it, man. It's such a life-changing experience, and I'm with you. I am so with you. Once you go through the experience and that the world is not what it seems, right? That's it. And I'm okay with it. Hey, Andrew, thank you for the phone call, my man. That's a Class A sighting right there. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely. Right on, Jimmy. You have a good night.
You too. Have a great weekend. And it's time to say go Beckley Tepe. Thank you so much for that. That's a Class A, 100% Class A sighting right there. and he got to share the experience with his mom. That's cool. That right there, man. That's cool. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Roscoe?
No, Rathbone.
Oh, Mike Rathbone. Okay.
How you doing, Jimmy? Go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy, Mike. Okay, so earlier today, this is kind of weird that you're calling me. All right? I'm going to ask you a question. Why is it that later on, not in the moment, but later on, you find out that the smartest person in the band is the drummer? Why is it? Why is it? Now, let's go down the list, right? John Bonham, right? Neil Peart.
Yep, awesome.
Right.
Oh, great.
How many we can go down the list, right? Kenny Aronoff, whatever, right? Just go down the list and go, well, yeah, pretty much the drummer was the smartest dude in that band. Why is that? Why is it that in the moment, the drummer isn't the smartest person in the band? We find that out later. Why is that? This is a phenomenon, Mike, that we need to get to the bottom of.
Okay, well, I'm guessing, I'd have to have a guess here, that being a drummer, the precision, you got to split your head off into 4 different directions. And if you're singing as well, there's 5. So, and to do that and make every limb do something different in time and precisely, I think that takes a certain something. So I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah, you could be right there. I mean, you could be right. I think that we need to figure this out. We do, man. It's and because you go through it like the drummer in my band growing up. His name was Jerry Reeskamp. He's a friend of mine to this day, and he has grown up. I'm talking about high school, right? Our high school band. He's grown up to be the smartest dude. Still plays too as well. Runs a department for the school system. The very smart guy, very cool. But back in high school, I don't think we all looked at Jerry that way, right? And it's just kind of weird. And then later on, I'm just a doofus, a radio dude, whatever. And our bass player back then is off doing it. But who grew up to be the smartest dude? The drummer, right? It's like, we could go and look at every single example of this, and there you go. All right, so Mike, how you doing? You called me. What's on your mind?
Well, Neil Peart, without a doubt, was just amazing. So yeah, I wanted to thank you. Well, I have a question for you. Okay, here's one thing. Okay, remember I don't know, a couple of years ago, I said. Seriously, that should be your next catchphrase or whatever. And I wanted to ask you, do you think of me every time you say seriously after that?
I do. I think about you a lot. And it's been a couple of years, man, since we've talked. And I hope that everything is well. In the music industry, well, everything, got messed up over the last couple of years. What was it like for you in gigging and touring, recording as a professional musician? Did you guys get through it okay? And how are you now? Are you back gigging and are things getting back to normal?
Well, over the turmoil there, the bass player didn't want to, for various reasons, couldn't take part in that. So we sat dormant for a couple of years. We got a friend in to stand in and do a few things. And we just got our bass player back. So we're going to be doing some things. But I'm moving, so I'm going to be a long ways away. So it's going to be like a finale gig for a while, I think, until I don't know what. But yeah, no, it really, we took a kick. Yeah. We didn't break up, but we just couldn't do anything. So, it was kind of a 2-year break, but yeah, that really sucked.
Yeah, it was just, and I felt so bad for, because gigging and touring, I mean, especially these days, you're not making any money off of record sales, right? And so it's a different thing out there, and the way to have an income and a lifestyle. I don't care what level you are at. I don't care if you're the Foo Fighters or if you're playing the Holiday Inn circuit. That's where the money is at, is live ticket sales. And you take that away, not only are the bands not making any money, but what about the sound companies, the touring, the nightclubs, the lighting industry, and everything else that goes along supporting that? Everybody is out, right? And that was crazy. I've got friends that are soundmen, that are stage managers, that are tour managers, that have been out of work for 2 years, and nothing, right? And it's crazy. I'm just glad that things are slowly getting back to normal.
Yeah, it is. It's been an uphill battle for sure on that, but I'm really happy that things have turned around, and it's we're seeing the other side of it now, and that besides all that, but I just wanted to call in that hearing that took place. I thought, well, that was bogus, there was a few, like you said, you brought up all the highlights there. I'm like, yep. But overall, like you've been saying over the last little while, at least there's a start, and we got our foot in the door, and let's see where this goes.
Yeah, that no matter what, when it comes to the hearing, whether you thought it was positive or negative, or it wasn't enough, or it was fine, it doesn't matter. The hearing happened, and we cannot be happy with one hearing. That's it. So one hearing. No. So this is just the first. And look, I threw up my arms 50 times during that, going, come on. Right? I did. Yeah. But inside, I was glowing. I'm like, holy crap, this is really happening. So yes, I'm happy that it happened. Was it enough? No. Yes. Will it ever be enough? No. And that's it. And I can't wait for the next one. It's about to happen too. So I'll keep everybody posted as I hear the news develop on this. But the second I get confirmation on the next hearing, I'll announce it on the show. In the meantime,
okay, good.
Mike, behave in the Great White North, my man. Okay,
you too there, buddy.
You know what? I've got calls, but it doesn't matter. Let me ask you this. Canada has had some amazing exports, right? And we all want to think of, I know you think of Celine Dion first. And I understand that, Mike. I understand that. Okay, and that's fine. Everybody, one man's steak is another man's hamburger. Okay, so that's fine. But the export, what was Canada's finest?
Rush, without a doubt.
Now you're going Rush? Okay. All right. Let's say
I'm full in. Oh, there's Rush. There's Yes. Oh, yeah. There's I like Kim Mitchell. Max Webster was great.
Man, Max Webster. Max Webster was awesome. Kim Mitchell was awesome. I can't believe you're that old. I think I bought those records when they were first released. But I'm
only a year behind you.
Well, you sound 20 years younger than me. But if I'm going to put my chips on the table, I'm going Triumph.
Ooh,
I'm going Triumph.
That was big too, eh?
I'm going
with the big roll and singing. Oh, that guy was insane.
I'm going Triumph. I am.
Okay. I'm all in with Rush. I've studied Neil for years and years, so yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, that's the safe bet, and you're not wrong. Okay. So, hey, Mike, enjoy the rest of your night and weekend, and don't be a stranger. Okay.
Okay, now Jimmy, you take care and go Beckley Tep. Hey, it's not fade to go Beckley Tep.
Seriously.
Good night, buddy.
I'll talk to you, Mike. Behave and be well. That's Mike Rathbone, great drummer up there in Canada. And I haven't talked to Mike in quite a while. That was fantastic. But yeah, I'm going Triumph, man. Last week I got time for one more call. I'm going to do that now. Last week I do this maybe every couple of months, but go and watch Triumph at the US Festival. Watch that. Just watch the whole thing. It's 45 minutes. Go and watch that. All right, one more call. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Mark calling from Salt Lake City. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Mark. I've got 3 minutes, man. You're the last call of the night.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
We'll make it quick. You seen any dark stars lately?
Say that again.
Dark stars. The Dark Star.
Which one?
The SR-72.
Oh. I can't talk about that on the air. Can't talk about that on the air. Are you trying to get me in trouble?
Jimmy, it's the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. I can't say what I could say. I just can't. You know what? And to be honest with you, it wouldn't be cool. Now, if I lived, look, if I lived in San Diego, if I lived in Wichita, if I lived in San Jose, if I lived in Dallas, right, Chicago, Hotlanta, I could say things, but not where I'm at here. It's not cool, man. Not cool. It's not cool. Not cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking, it's probably old tech now anyway. There's probably some newer that's out there that we don't know about.
I can't talk about that either. But I'll say this. I'll say this before I let you go. It was about 5 months ago, and I saw something. The reason why I can talk about that because it was a while ago, and it wasn't what I saw yesterday. Okay, so I can't do that. It's just not cool. But 5 months ago, I saw a very, very big plane shaped like a fighter jet, but it wasn't small. It was big, and it was black, and it was frigging fast and loud. And it was so fast as I watched it take off, I couldn't keep up with it with my eyeballs. It was that fast.
That's pretty fast.
It was that fast. It was skipping in the air, right? It was so fast. And I only saw it and I heard the engines, man, right? And I couldn't see it. It was taking off, right? And I'm like, oh my God. What's about to happen? I could hear it, the ground shaking. I was like, and then it appeared behind the trees, behind my house, and just went straight up. And by the time I got my binoculars, I could bear it. The whole thing lasted 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, gone. Pinprick at that point. It was gone. So as it came past me, and I'm free, whoa, and I got the binoculars on it. It went through the binoculars, so I only got like a tenth of a second. But I know what I saw, and then I pulled the binoculars down and it was gone. It was gone. It was crazy, crazy.
I just thought that. There's so much going on. I thought maybe there's something that's going to fall out of a tree or something and disclose.
Well, one thing, this was announced in a press release, and I'm 15 seconds past the close of the show, Mark, but I'll say this. In a press release, it was about 2 months ago, 2 months ago, it was announced that the B-21 is now ready for flight testing, that they have air in the tires, and it's getting ready to go. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it.
That's the Raider, right?
That's the B-21. Yeah, the new version of the B-2. Yeah. So they made that announcement, okay? Okay. Everything else, that's all dark programs. That stuff isn't out in the public yet. But the B-21 has been announced that they're getting ready for flight testing. And I know that a mile away that it's sitting, there's probably a few that are done that are sitting. Maybe they got to pull out and get painted or whatever. But they made the announcement that flight testing is like now. But I haven't seen it yet. But when it happens, I'm here, man, to take the video, and I'll show it to you.
Awesome, dude.
Enjoy your weekend.
That'd be awesome.
And thank you so much, man. It's time to say Gobekli Tepe. I got to get out of here. Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend, Mark. And what a great night on the show. Thank you. Fade to Black, Fader Night with all of you Fadernauts. We managed to get through it. Man, it was a lot of fun. I get to answer the phones sideways. A lot of fun tonight. You guys are the best. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I've got a great weekend up in front of me. I will be hosting Disclosure Fest this weekend right here in Los Angeles, downtown, the Los Angeles State Historic Park. Come and join us there, disclosurefest.org. All right, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday, June 18th. I'll see you guys down there. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Gene Vito, Steve Harder, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. This broadcast owned on copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Everybody have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. I'll see you downtown at Disclosure Fest. Until Monday, Gobekli Tepe.